Okay, so this week we're moving on to our next ceramicist. So you should have finished Kate Malone last week. And the second ceramicist is Pat Short. So Pat Short's actually someone who we looked at in year 9 as well, who inspired our pinch pots. So it's a really good artist to have in your book because we're going to include the pinch pots for your GCSE. And what I started off doing is I went onto Firefly and I printed off the sheet which has got the title and all of these images as well. I then take the largest image and I decided to draw that one, and I have also done a smaller drawing of that one there. You'll notice that I haven't traced the title. The title is there, it's completely up to you. I don't want everyone to copy exactly what I'm doing. I want everyone's to look a little bit more unique. So if you wanted to add a coloured background with watercolours, if you wanted to do like browns and earthy tones to match the colours that's used in the work, that's fine. If you're doing it on plain paper, mix it up. Don't do it in exactly the same format as me. And then the first thing I don't have any tracing paper at home. I've got a light box. So it's exactly the same principle if you've got tracing paper. I put this behind and I actually traced all of the tiny little shadows as I was going, and that will come out with something like this. Now if you zoom in, you'll notice that some of these marks are really, really scruffy. So I'm going to go back and look at this in more detail, make sure that all of the details are refined, and also make sure that it's got a wider tonal range. I've actually only got a HB pencil, so if I can do it, so can you. And then I'm going to go back in and I'm just going to make some of the tones darker. You will have some kind of unrefined edges, so just double check that. And kind of just start at one point and then gradually work your way all around. Doing it this way is quicker, and you're actually going to capture all of the texture that Pat Short puts into the pots as well. So when you're tracing it, you're almost drawing it and shading it and then transferring it, and then that's going to allow you to refine it. It's going to be quicker and it's going to let you put all of the detail in the right places. If you've got a light box, then great, use that. If you want a light box, email me the light box that I'm using. It's only, I think it was £17 off Amazon, so you can order that and it comes on Prime delivery. So if you find it a lot easier using a light box, especially if you're doing A-level art, then I would recommend getting one. Okay, so you can probably see how I'm starting to bring that up as well. On the inside, what Pat Short does in most of her work is the outside of the pot is really textured. She uses either a matte glaze, she adds a little bit of metallic in sometimes, but it's got a rough matte finish, and then on the inside she uses free flowing glazes which are gloss, so there's a big contrast between the two. So the inside part should have some reflections, it should kind of be smoothly blended, whereas the outside you can leave a little bit more grainy because it suits the style. I'm not going to shade this all in while you're watching because I'd be here all day, but if you're going to smudge anywhere, you're only allowed to smudge on the inside of the pots because we can get that smooth finish. Do not smudge on the outside because it will defeat the point of trying to get that textured feel. Okay, so I would keep refining that until I'm happy with it. If you wanted to add a negative space around it as well, you could do to get rid of that line, so you could kind of shade them and bring it out. You'll notice, let me just try and zoom out, the lighting's terrible, you can see the camera, so I'm sorry, but you'll notice that I've done something slightly different on this ceramicist artist research page. I've done arrows and I've put some kind of key things. So this could be something that you want to do. It could be done in bullet points. It could be key main features of Pat Short's work. It could be done in arrows. Completely up to you. But I'm just kind of telling the moderator what I can see when I look at her work, what the main characteristics are. So I've got thin ruffled edges, so the edges have been pinched. Now, if you wanted to here, you could elaborate that further and say something like, this links to the delicacy found in petals, if that's something that you've added into your pot. I've also put textured exteriors, so all of the outside of her pots are textured, like I've just said. Light flowing gloss glazes, she's using light colours, whites, and then dark matte oxides to showcase the texture on the outside. Once you have done that, you've got to decide what photos you want to put in of her work. Once again, I've not got coloured images because I've not got a coloured printer, but if you've got a coloured printer, then definitely print them out in colour because it will look more aesthetically pleasing. You don't need to put a copy in of the one that you've done. If you've drawn it, just use that one. I would probably arrange them something like something like that, maybe not that one. And then I would have my first paragraph here, second paragraph here. So I'll quickly talk you through the paragraphs because a couple of people had trouble as in what to write for Kate Malone. So Pat Short, paragraph 1. Paragraph 1 is just telling me about that artist. So who are they? Where are they from? What kind of work do they create? What inspires it? Paragraph 2 is your opinion. So what do you like about Pat Short's work? Do you like the fact that it's textured? Do you like the fact that she kind of free pours the glazes on the inside and the contrast between the two? Do you like the kind of abstract forms that link to nature? Do you like the different marks that she's made? So she includes all kinds. She's got spikes on this one here. She has like ridges and ribbed parts. She adds spheres on as well. You'll see this one. She's like included loads of holes. So there's loads of things that you could say that you like. If you wanted to at this stage, you could compare it to Kate Malone's work. So what do you like differently from this artist? Is the one of the ceramicists that kind of stands out more to you? Do you feel like you would be more tempted to take inspiration from Kate Malone or Pat Short? You can say that there. That's going to be really impressive for the moderator to read. And then your final sentence would be, my next step, or you could say moving forward, I plan on completing a series of design ideas for my ceramic final piece. I will put on the task on Firefly just quick bullet points on what you can use for your paragraph 1 and 2, just so that you don't have to keep watching the video. And if you want to do this in colour, you're absolutely fine to do so. I'm only using pencil because I don't know what you've got at home. So once again, you've got a full week to get this done. You need to have a title, 1 study. I don't see why you can't get 2 if you want to be reaching for that higher grade, especially when they're only so small. It's really easy to do. Photos and the 2 paragraphs. If you've got any problems at all, please email me and I'll explain as much as I can. Thank you. Bye.